But when it come out to getting on that football field against T.J. Watt and the crew this Sunday night, we'll see. We'll see what he said comes true. I doubt it.
Elle, who do you think is going to have the bigger game? Would you go Fields or Dak?
I would go Justin Fields here. I mean, the Steelers' defense is formidable. I think they're going to pin their ears back and get after Dak Prescott because of Justin Fields as well.
If you're Dak Prescott, this is the spot that everybody's looking to you to take control of this team. This is a leadership moment. We'll see if he can rise to the occasion.
I don't see him doing it, okay? I'm going with my Pittsburgh Steelers in this one. I'm going with Justin Fields in this one. I already articulated that he's off to his best 4-game start.
You serious?
And we're going to see what Dak Prescott does this Sunday night, which I don't believe will be much.
I have the Steelers winning.
I've got the Steelers winning this game, but I'm not saying it with my chest.
Prescott throws, crossing, it's caught for the touchdown. It's Tolbert.
We're not used to seeing Dak be clutch in game-winning drives.
What?
Did what it took to get the job done against a Steelers team that I'm pretty down on at this particular moment in time.
He wasn't going against a great quarterback on the other side.
It wasn't a Tom Brady game-winning drive.
Sure.
Yes, it was.
He was clutch and he went.
Shannon.
No, it wasn't that.
Shannon, what's the highlight?
Shannon?
There's no question the Steelers have an offensive problem.
How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and the drama and naysaying does not stop on First Take when it comes to our Dallas Cowboys. On today's episode of First Take, Stephen A. Smith, Dan Orlovsky, Jason McCourty, and Mina Kimes discussed the upcoming matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. Everybody knows how the conversation went. 3 out of 4 talking heads went against the Dallas Cowboys, leaving one solo analyst to give their objective opinion. And yes, Cowboys Nation, we are considered the underdogs going into this game. So we're going to take a listen to the 3 clips that I got for y'all, and then y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, Angry Cowboys fans, let's go ahead and take a listen to Jason McCourty.
I do. I have some faith in the Cowboys. I don't think this is a foregone conclusion that the Detroit Lions are just going to walk in and blow out the Dallas Cowboys. Let's give the Cowboys some credit, because I feel like we come in here when they fall short in prime time or they don't perform up to the standards and they lose a game, and we come in on a Monday and we absolutely kill them. And it's the same old Cowboys.
Hold on, let me pause you. I just want to make sure before you continue. Before you continue. Am I listening to Jason McCourty come on national television on First Take and accuse us of being too hard on the Dallas Cowboys? Is that what I'm hearing from you?
Nope. Not saying too hard. It's justified. What I'm saying is when they get in the fourth quarter of a close game and Dak drives them down the field amidst the adversity of throwing a red zone interception, of fumbling a ball in the red zone, you drive them down there, you get to a 4th and goal, and you make the play to win the football game. Dan O's laughing. You have to give credit for that. We can always say, well, but they didn't play well. Well, but he threw this interception to Joey Porter Jr. They found a way to win the game. We've said on offense for those guys the whole time. We said somebody other than CeeDee Lamb has to do something. Somebody in the game other than CeeDee Lamb did something. Can that not carry over and say, you know what? They did answer a few questions in that game to give you some hope for them moving forward. You can't always say doom and gloom when they win a game. They won the game, but you know what? The Pittsburgh Steelers stink. They need to get Justin Fields out of there and Russell Wilson. They beat the Giants. Well, the Giants aren't any good. Did you see the way they struggled in that game? Like, you have to give them some credit when they find a way to win football games. Uncross your arms, Dan.
Jason McCourty spoke some real truth when it comes to the ESPN analysts and the clowns that they have considered analysts. Of course, Dan Orlovsky would be laughing at Jason McCourty, calling out the antics of the talking heads who continuously move the goalposts when it comes to our Dallas Cowboys. It's kind of like posting a factual post on a Dallas Cowboys Facebook group and you have those trolls that respond with a laughing emoji. They only laugh when you bring up the facts and they can't combat your facts because they're only going off their emotions. And remember, Cowboys Nation, like the homie sports junkie says, it's facts over feelings. Jumping into the second clip that I got for y'all. Y'all know Stephen A. Smith has something negative to say when it comes to our Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to take a listen to what the 56-year-old professional troll has to say, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. Roll a clip.
The bottom line is when you're sitting up there and you're going up against the Detroit Lions, it's an absolutely positively different angle. Let us also not forget how Detroit was robbed in their game against Dallas last year when they played against Dallas.
Yeah.
You remember how motivated they are to go into this game. So when I take that into account and I'm looking at Dak Prescott having one primary weapon, I'm looking at them ranked. What is it right here? They struggle to run the football, ranking 31st in rushing yards, 31st in yards per carry, 29th in rushing TDs, 22nd in red zone TD efficiency. I'm looking at all of these things for the Dallas Cowboys. And if the Detroit Lions are what we say they are, and people have been speculating, they could be representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. Had they ran the football more in the NFC Championship game, they might have been representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. There is no way in hell they should lose to the Dallas Cowboys, Mina.
Remember that, Cowboys Nation. There is no way in hell that the Detroit Lions should lose to our Dallas Cowboys. Remember that. But why is everyone bringing up the fact that the Detroit Lions got robbed in the last meeting against the Dallas Cowboys? Are we talking about that 2-point conversion where the player who caught the ball wasn't an eligible receiver? Nobody wants to speak about the fact that they had a second attempt at that 2-point conversion. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that if Dan Campbell would have kicked the extra point, the game would have went into overtime. Also, nobody wants to bring up the fact that if it wasn't for the phantom tripping call on Peyton Hendershot, the Dallas Cowboys would have got the first down and would have been able to ice the game. Oh no, we won't bring up that, Cowboys Nation. Talking heads and Lions fans only want to portray themselves as victims to give themselves bulletin board material going into this game. It's a damn shame, Cowboys Nation. But now let's go ahead and listen to the last clip that I got for you. I'm going to hit you with one from Jason McCourty again. He brings up some more great points about the hypocrisy of the clown car on First Take. So let's take a listen to what Jason has to say so we can come back and unpack this raw and uncut. Roll a clip.
And I look at it, too. You guys are saying, all right, the Giants, that was the opponent that the Dallas had to play. They couldn't run the ball. Well, they just ran the ball all over the hell of Seattle that next game. And when they beat the Giants, when they got ready to play Pittsburgh, the thing was, well, you beat the Giants run game, but now you have Najee Harris coming in, and you have a Pittsburgh team with Justin Fields who's going to be able to run the ball. And then they stop them, and we continue to come up with excuses. I just think we have to give them their credit when they're showing up and they're performing and winning that football game.
Yeah, this ain't Pittsburgh's offensive line.
It's the next opponent on the schedule.
You see how they got all loud, Cowboys Nation? I am so glad that Jason McCourty and Shannon Sharp brought up these points after the Pittsburgh Steelers game, but I want to bring up some points of my own, so y'all ready for my raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Now, everybody and their mamas know that if the Dallas Cowboys were to have lost that game, not one talking head would have come on the set and talked down about the Pittsburgh Steelers. They would have been praising the Pittsburgh Steelers for beating the Dallas Cowboys. Justin Fields would have been considered elite. Najee Harris would have been praised as the next coming of Barry Sanders or something, and their defense would have been put on a pedestal, being touted as the next steel curtain coming out of Pittsburgh. But seeing that they lost, they're scrubs, I guess. It seems that every team the Dallas Cowboys beat are scrubs, even though their record would suggest otherwise. I mean, I understand being down on the Cleveland Browns offense, and the talking heads put their defense in the scrub category because we beat the team. Even though the New York Giants went up to Seattle to beat the Seattle Seahawks, when we beat them, the New York Giants are scrubs. As y'all saw in my intro, every talking head picked Justin Fields and the Pittsburgh Steelers to beat the Dallas Cowboys. They complimented the Pittsburgh offense. They bragged about their running game and how their defense would pin their ears back and go after Dak Prescott. When we beat them, Justin Fields isn't good enough. Their defense wasn't number one, even though the standings would suggest otherwise. But I told y'all in my video yesterday, Cowboys Nation, this show is a prime example of hypocrisy. Whatever goes against the Dallas Cowboys, first take, they're going to air it. They will big up the opponents we have on our schedules before we play them, and if we beat them, they're a bad team. The clowns talk about how sloppy the win was, but if you remember the Philadelphia Eagles last year, remember they were barely winning games? They were saying, hey, a win is a win. Why isn't a win with the Dallas Cowboys? But that's like Stephen A. Smith bringing up that 2-point conversion during the last year's game against the Lions. Why doesn't he bring up the phantom tripping call against Peyton Hendershot? When I bring it up, Lions fans start to have amnesia, and they can't remember that. When a real analyst brings it up, Stephen A. gets all loud and tries to talk over the person who brought up the point. This is what people do when they know that they're losing an argument to facts. They get all loud and obnoxious, they won't allow you to speak, and they start to throw out word salad so that the person that they're debating stops talking. There won't be any substance to their babbling, just loud crap coming from the mouths of the ones losing the argument. But note this, Cowboys Nation. Take a mental note of what you're hearing before the game against the Detroit Lions. Everyone but Jason McCourty has picked the Dallas Cowboys to lose this game. They're bragging on the Detroit offense. They're saying that they shouldn't have lost the game last year. They say that Jared Goff is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. They say that the Cowboys defense won't be able to keep up with Amon-Ra St. Brown and their offense. They say that the Dallas Cowboys offense won't be able to contend with their defense, and our defense is going to get ran over by that two-headed monster that the Lions have in their backfield. I want y'all to keep this mental note, because if the Dallas Cowboys win, they're going to come on TV this coming Monday and talk about how awful the Detroit Lions are. Typical goalpost moving at its finest. But before we get out of here, Cowboys Nation, allow me to address this because I get asked a question in my comments section a couple of times over. The question is, why do you watch the 3 and 4 letter networks when you know they're going to talk bad about our Dallas Cowboys? I watch it because you don't have to. I watch it because there are some people on those shows who actually have knowledgeable things to say. There are some on there that are not there just to put a mask on and say whatever Stephen A. Smith wants them to say, like Molly Kiram and L. Duncan. There are analysts that want to educate their viewers, and it sucks that they have to get drowned out by the dress-up sports analysts. And also, if these talking heads can give our Dallas Cowboys the smoke, why can't I give them the smoke in return? Not a lot of people are going to go up against Stephen A. Smith while having ESPN sign their checks. They're going to stay in line because they don't want to lose their position over at the worldwide leader in sports. They will glaze Stephen A. Smith just to get a spot on that show. They will mimic Stephen A. just to try and get the bag that he's got. I feel they should be called out on it because you still have some Dallas Cowboys fans who watch their shows and don't know about Dallas Cowboy content creators on social media. They may not even have social media. This is why I watch them. I also watch the pirated YouTube videos of First Take and the Talking Head shows, so I don't give FS1 or ESPN a true view. I stopped putting the link in the comment description because they don't deserve our views, Cowboys Nation. And until they straighten up their bias when it comes to the players of any sport, I'm going to continue to call them out, and I will continue to give them this raw and uncut. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. What did you think about this video, Cowboys Nation? How do you feel about our Dallas Cowboys going into this game against the Detroit Lions? Let's go ahead and talk about this in the comment section, all right? If you're digging the content and want to help get it out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans, drop a like on the video and share it with your friends and family who are Cowboys fans. If you are DC for life and want to see me continue clown these clowns on the Clown Show First Take, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, or Madden 25 and College Football 25 gameplay. This week is yet another test for our Dallas Cowboys. I hope Mike McCarthy has the offense ready to strike first and often, while Mike Zimmer has the defense ready to shut down Jared Goff and their offense. With a bunch of hungry young talent on our team, Sunday will be a prime opportunity for them to show the world who we are, to show the world that we are them boys. You can sleep on us if you want to. We can show you better than we can tell you. This has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.